Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Nigerians. Today, I'll be speaking about leadership and strategy as one of the key important ingredients to make organization effective. An organization exists for a purpose. In fact, without a purpose, no organization worth to be existing. And that is why the one of the major functions of leadership is ability to devise strategy. Majority of organizations face today across the globe because they lack strategic uh, action. Now, beginning from strategy, when we talk about strategy, meaning we are looking at the long-term goals and objectives of an enterprise. So, having a particular course of actions and allocation of resources for carrying out the goals. Now, if you look at this definition, I have actually mentioned two important things. Number one is about having a particular course of action. Number two is allocation of resources. These two clauses are very important when you set up your strategy. And remember, I said strategic planning is the responsibility of leadership. Now, that is the link between leadership and strategy. So, the people at the top, those who set the strategy, are the leaders of organization who foresee the future for that organization and where they want to see the organization in the future. So when you look at your own experience, you might have worked in many organizations who have failed. I want to tell you today that what the most important cause of failure in any organization is basically lack of strategy and leadership. Now, leadership itself is about the ability to govern, the ability to motivate people to get results. This is one of the definitions given by Harvard Business School. That a leader is someone who actually know how to coordinate, how to motivate people in getting results. This is one of the definition. And here I want to talk about the six type of leadership that we have and the most effective one. Number one, we have the one we call coerced type of leadership. The coerced style of leadership is that type of leadership that is about do what I want approach, do what I say approach. This type of leadership doesn't work. It doesn't move organization higher because the leader itself is too coerced, is too rigid. And when you are too rigid, it is not easy for you to carry the member of organization along, and people will even lack motivation to work. So the coercive style of leadership in our research, it shows that it doesn't improve organization performance. In fact, in most cases, organization fail when leaders use coercive style approach. Number two is what we call authoritative approach. The authoritative approach, research have shown that is the best type of leadership, and this is carrying people along. It's about carrying people along. It's about show people the way. It's about guide people to the result. It's about define, with clarity the objective and giving each person responsibility and teach them how to actually do it. This is authoritative. When you do this, the organization, your employee, your staff will have that morale. They will develop the interest and motivation to actually carry out the job, and this is the best type of leadership the research have shown. Number three, we have the one we call we have the pace setting. The pace setting approach is that type of leadership that they set high standards and they are too engrossed in achieving the result that they are not patient at all. They want to do it themselves. As a result of that, they eventually fail. So most of the leaders that acquire that choose to use the pace setting, we discovered that organizations fail when you use pace setting high standards and not too patient enough to the extent that you are the one you want to achieve it by yourself without carrying anybody along. This type of leadership is a failure type. Then the other one we have democratic leadership. That is when you make people participate. When you make people to participate, when you carry all along, when you seek people opinion. This is also one of the best leadership style. It's also good as well, and with that, organization will improve performance because when you carry people along, even up to the cleaner of the organization, they feel they feel among, and the spirit of the spirit of cohesiveness will be there, and as a result of that, organization will achieve its goal. And the next one we have is what we call people oriented. People oriented is about that one also is not too effective, because they see leaders as on serious time. It always work for team building, and people are there without having the clarity of what they want to achieve. People will be there, they will be dealing with each other, they will be playing, they will be showing interest with one another, but without clear direction of that spirit to actually achieve the organization's goal. So the team building is not also an effective one. The last one is what we call the coaching approach, the coaching style. This coaching style approach, I find it to be the most interesting in my own opinion. Because why? Is because the leader there is seen as somebody who will develop people. Developing people is one of the important key function of leadership or responsibility of leadership. When you develop people, then you are building them as they are working for you. You are building them, because a time is coming whereby they can also venture into their own mission, and they will see what they have learned from you as an important ingredient to actually navigate their own path in life. So the coaching style will take time. That type of leadership will take time to guide the employee, to develop them, to provide them the necessary skills and knowledge, and even the environment to actually achieve the result. I think this coaching style is, in my own opinion, I find it to be most interesting. So when you look at these 6 types of leadership I have defined, you can see and evaluate yourself which style you are choosing for yourself. But remember, the one that achieve organizational result is one democratic style. We find it to be positive. Coaching style, we find it to be positive. Authoritative style, we find it to be positive. Then in terms of people oriented, is you cannot use it alone. You use it with authoritative. Then but pace setting, we find it to be failure, and also the coercive style, we find it to be a failure. So I think with this little presentation, I hope it will guide Nigerians, especially people who want to assume the leadership position or CEO in your organization, to actually improve your performance. Thank you very much for listening. I wish I see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.